That was ice water on my lap. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today, we are covering a Rankin and Bass movie because is it really Christmas until you watch a movie in claymation? You may remember in October, I did a video about the Rankin and Bass movie Mad Monster Party, which I didn't know existed before that, but you guys really seemed to like that video, and I realized that I needed to do more Rankin and Bass because they've done way more movies than I thought they did. Please don't eat my sweater. And seeing as this is our first Christmas here on this channel, what better thing to cover next than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? It's a classic. It's actually a personal favorite of friend of the channel, Travis Gilbert, and I wanted to cover it, but I didn't know what I had to say about it until I watched it while decorating our tree the other day with my family and realized, oh my god, there's so much I want to say about it. So the movie starts out, I had completely forgotten this, with a bunch of headlines, because apparently the world over is having, like, apocalyptic amounts of snowstorms. So much so that the headline on this one says, "Foul weather may postpone Christmas," and not, as it says down here in this tiny little bracket, "an open door in space." Don't know what that means, but it sounds more important to me. Anyway, getting into the actual movie.
If I live to be 100, I'll never be able to forget that big snowstorm a couple of years ago. The weather closed in and, well, you might not believe it, but the world almost missed Christmas.
I've said this in other videos that we've covered this month, but just because Santa isn't going to be able to make his trip doesn't mean you don't have Christmas. Right? Right.
Of course, the number one citizens up here are the Clauses, Santa and the Misses. They live right over there. First castle on the left.
Bougie Claus family. So Mrs. Claus is peer pressuring Santa into gaining type 2 diabetes because it's for the kids?
Who ever heard of a skinny Santa? Eat, eat.
Isn't, like, if kids see Santa, he's doing a really bad job at his job, right? It doesn't matter what he looks like.
I don't know what we would have done without Rudolph to pull us through. Anyway, Rudolph? Could it be that some of you are not acquainted with the story of Rudolph?
He does that thing that people do sometimes that it's super annoying when, like, they bring up something in conversation just because they want you to ask about it. They're like, oh, you've never heard of that? You've never seen Citizen Kane, the greatest movie of all time? I haven't seen Citizen Kane.
FBI, open up!
So you all know Rudolph. He's got a shiny red nose, and apparently that's a problem for a lot of people, including and especially his father. He's barely out of the womb yet.
We'll simply have to overlook it.
Now, how can you overlook that? His beak blinks like a blinking beacon.
And he's already being rejected by his parents, poor kid. And then Santa barges in.
Well, Donner, where's the new member of the family? After all, if he's going to be on my team someday...
Just 'cause, I guess, and is like, yeah, your kid's gonna work for me someday, so I belong here.
Santa?
And smart, too.
Like, seriously, this kid's saying his first word at 3 minutes old, and everybody's just kind of like, yeah, whatever, kid. That nose of yours is too much for us.
Great bouncing iceberg.
Now, I'm sure it'll stop as soon as he grows up, Santa.
Well, let's hope so if he wants to make the sleigh team someday.
Here's a tough pill to swallow. Santa is totally an enabler of bullying and harassment. He doesn't do a damn thing. It's not like he's like, aha, he can pull my sleigh. It doesn't matter what he looks like. All that matters is how good he is at the job. No, he totally backs up the parents and just being like, hope that nose doesn't glow forever. Can we just give props where nobody gives props to Rudolph's mother? She's just given birth. Her husband takes 2 seconds to look at the baby and is like, thanks, I hate it. And then his boss comes in and starts singing at her.
Jingle, 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 you will hear my sleigh bells ring.
That's not cool.
You'll be a normal little buck just like everybody else, right? A chip off the old antlers.
Yep, it's never too early to teach your kids conformity. Great parenting.
most important of all, he taught his son to beware of the abominable snow monster of the north.
Oh, and that's the other thing. There's like an abominable snowman. There's a life-threatening predator that lives in their midst. And before he teaches his kid about that, my light just went out, but I'm gonna keep talking. No, I'm not. I'm gonna turn the light back on. Where was I? Oh yeah, this asshole of a father prioritizes his son fitting in with the rest of the kids over teaching him how to survive in a climate where they are prey to a gigantic predator. What the hell, Donner?
He's mean, he's nasty, and he hates everything to do with Christmas.
How do you know he hates everything about Christmas? Have you talked to him? Maybe he just hates everything. It doesn't have to be Christmas specifically. Now we go to the elves' workshop, where all the elves are being exploited for cheap labor, I can only assume. And here we have the one little elf, Hermie, the one that's like, I'm not gonna take it. I don't want to build toys for some greedy old guy that breaks into people's houses all the time. I want to be a dentist.
Do you mind telling me what you do want to do?
Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
And so he's also getting bullied by this, like, conformist group of morons. All they do is eat candy up there in the North Pole. They probably need a good dentist. Why are you yelling at him?
10 minutes break! Not for you! Finish the job or you're fired!
What's the point of threatening to fire him? He just said he doesn't want to work there. It's that same energy of, like, somebody breaking up with you and you being like, well, I was gonna break up with you anyway.
Why am I such a misfit? I am not just a nitwit.
Poor dear. Meanwhile, Rudolph's being forced into wearing a rubber cap over his nose. You're gonna suffocate your kid just so that he looks like everybody else? What? Why? They never really do explain, like, what the big deal about the nose is. Like, it's just a glowing nose. Are we really gonna assume that Rudolph's the only person in this whole world, in this whole universe that has that? He can't be the only one. But while Rudolph is having his first day of school, Santa is being forced to sit in on the elf song, the song that the elves prepared for him, and he isn't even pretending like he cares about it.
Santa knows who's good. Do the things you should.
Like, imagine you're working in an unfair work environment, right? And your supervisor is like, hey guys, we gotta get together and rehearse this song for the big boss when he comes in, so that he doesn't fire us. And then you've gotta, like, sing a song with your coworkers about how much you love your job when you know that job is killing you on the inside. A little piece of your soul dies every time you go into that office every day. And then he doesn't even appreciate it?
Why weren't you at elf practice?
Just fixing these dolls' teeth.
I mean, you were at singing practice, choir practice maybe. Elf practice means, it makes it sound like they were practicing how to be elves, which they probably know how to do without a lot of practice, right?
No, I just can't. I guess I'm on my own now.
Yeah, you go, Hermie. Stick it to the man. So Rudolph is being taught how to fly. He meets Clarice. It's very cute.
Nothing wrong with your nose. I mean, you talk kind of funny.
What's so funny about the way I talk?
Well, don't get angry.
Whoa, what the hell's up with your voice, dude? Hey, why you gotta make fun of my voice? Yo, don't get angry. I'm not the one who gave you a weird-ass voice.
For crying out loud!
Stop calling me names!
But then everybody sees his nose, and everybody hates him.
From now on, gang, we won't let Rudolph join in any reindeer games, right?
Honor, you should be ashamed of yourself. What a pity. He had a nice takeoff, too.
Everybody's an enabler. I expect this kind of behavior from, like, his fellow classmates, because kids can be assholes to each other sometimes. But, like, the adults in his life, like the coach, is like, yes, children, you are right to bully that small child. Good for you.
Rudolph, what do you want?
You promised to walk me home.
Aren't you gonna laugh at my nose, too?
No, I was just gonna laugh at your voice, but now your voice is normal.
It's different from everybody else's.
But that's what makes it so grand.
So she gives him a pep talk, and then her dad crushes his dreams again.
No doe of mine is going to be seen with a red-nosed reindeer.
And then he meets Hermie, and he's like, oh, everybody hates you? Everybody hates me too, man. Let's be friends.
Right now, I'm just an elf, but I don't need anybody. I'm independent.
Me too. I'm, whatever you said, independent.
I don't know how independent you are, Rudolph, if you can't say the word independent without help. But you know what? I appreciate the sentiment.
You wouldn't mind my red nose?
Not if you don't mind me being a dentist.
You know that clip from Clue?
I was a victim too. At least my wife was. She had friends who were socialists.
Oh my God.
I'm just picturing that, but like...
She had friends who were
dentists.
Oh my God.
But anyway, Rudolph and Hermie are like, fuck them, we're gonna run away. And then the Abominable is kind of tracking them.
The Abominable, he must see your nose. Quick, douse the light.
Like I said, the outside world is up to its ears in danger.
Because he can see his nose. Is that why everybody hates his nose? Is that why the nose is a big deal? And why did they say that? Why did they make it sound like it was his fault? Why didn't they just like try to keep him safe or be like, yo, we're trying to keep you safe. There's a big monster man that might kill you.
Marge! Marge! What's this? Hey, you get spit that away.
This is Yukon, you may remember. He is looking for...
This is my land, and you know, it's rich with gold. Gold! Gold and silver! Silver and gold!
Silver and gold. He likes to smell and lick the pickaxe. I don't know that that's a great strategy. It might be why he hasn't found anything yet.
Seems all he thinks about is silver and gold. Silver and gold.
This is the song that always gets stuck in my head. After we watched it the other night, I was like almost asleep, just like humming it in my own brain, and I hated it. Can you hum inside your own brain? You probably can't, but you know what I mean.
What's a Christmas tree without tinsel and pretty silver and gold decorations? Can't really call it a Christmas tree, now can you? Silver and gold.
There isn't a whole lot of gold on that tree. Maybe that's just me, but the song is called Silver and Gold. I mean, they put the star on top at the very end, but like, I don't know. It's not very gold.
I'll give you a lift. Hop aboard, mateys. Now, mush! Mush! Mush!
Well, maybe if you asked them nicely and didn't hit them, they might actually help you. So they go running from the abominable snowman. They get away by like chipping a little iceberg off and floating away.
Bye-bye.
Oh wait, wrong movie. I'm so sorry. That iceberg. They got away on that iceberg.
Mrs. Donner wanted to go along, naturally, but Donner said, no, this is man's work.
So not only is Donner a terrible parent, but he's also a misogynistic jerk.
And no sooner did the man of the house leave when Mrs. Donner and Clarice decided to set out on their own.
Yeah, you go, girls. Don't take any of his bullshit.
Land ho!
So they get to this island. There's this lion with wings and a crown, who I've always found creepy, but I'm told is very cool.
I'm the official sentry of the Island of Misfit Toys.
And it turns out they're on the Island of Misfit Toys. So let's unpack that a little bit, because presumably Santa's the one that decides what toys, like, make the bar to give out to kids, because he's Santa, right? He's the big boss. So, like, not only is Santa an enabler, but he's just straight up, like, discriminating against all of these toys for things that aren't their fault and aren't even like drawbacks. They're bomb-ass toys. I would play with any of these toys. Santa must be stopped is all I'm saying.
My name is...
Don't tell me. Jack.
No, Charlie. That's why I'm a misfit toy.
The Charlie in a box. His name is Charlie. That's not a big deal. Who cares what his name is?
Or a water pistol that shoots jelly. We're all misfits.
I would love a water pistol that shoots jelly. It would make peanut butter and jelly sandwich making so much more fun and easy.
For a cowboy who rides an ostrich.
Save a horse, ride an ostrich. No. No. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Moving on.
We're all misfits, too. Maybe we could stay here for a while.
Well, you'd have to get permission from King Moonracer. He rules here.
So anyway, the winged Lion King apparently is named King Moonracer, which I have to admit is a pretty cool name.
No, that would not be possible. This island is for toys alone.
And he basically tells them that they can't stay on the island of misfit toys like they want to because they're not toys, which, two things. Either he's a giant hypocrite because he's a whole ass lion, or two, maybe he is a toy himself? So in what circumstance would a giant flying lion toy get rejected? I don't understand the quality control at all.
You are free to spend the night. Footman, show our friends to their chambers.
And he, has a place to put them. He puts them up somewhere for the night, so he totally has space for them. He's just being an asshole about it. Rudolph leaves by himself because, he doesn't want to put anybody in danger because of his nose, poor guy.
But during all that time, a strange and wonderful thing was happening.
Dat reindeer ass, though. Why do we need that shot?
I thought you were gone for good. Hey, look who's back. Oh, Neon knows.
He gets back home and everybody's still mean to him. No, hey man, I'm glad you're not dead or anything. And Santa tells him that his parents have been missing for a while.
Mom? Pa? I'm home.
They're gone, Rudolph. They've been gone for months, out looking for you.
Because they're off looking for him. And of course he doesn't actually care about their well-being. He just cares about his ability to fly the sleigh on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve is only 2 days off, and without your father, I'll never be able to get my sleigh off the ground.
Ugh, gross, Santa. His parents and Clarice have been kidnapped by the abominable snowman, who is terrifyingly about to eat Clarice. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Hermie and Yukon catch up to him because they've been looking for him. Hermie lures him out of the cave.
Oink, 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 oink.
And Yukon drops a bunch of ice on his head, and then Hermie pulls out all his teeth.
All right, dentist. You take it from here.
Because he's a dentist. Go, Hermie. See what would happen if you were stuck making some stupid fucking toys? But then he and Yukon both go over the ledge. Yukon! Very, very sad. They go back to Santa's castle, and of course, everybody loves Rudolph now. Slime bags. Hermie gets to be a dentist.
All right, you can open up a dentist's office next week after Christmas.
Come here, open your mouth.
Oh,
dear. I better set up an appointment for you week from Tuesday, 4:30, sharp.
Oh.
Good for him. And then who shows up but Yukon and the abominable snowman, Bumble, because they didn't die.
Bumble's bounce.
It's weird that they didn't just tell everybody immediately, hey, we're not dead up there, we're good. They waited to surprise them for the drama, I guess.
Now calm down, I reformed this Bumble. He wants a job. And he doesn't even need a stepladder.
Everybody accepts the abominable snowman, who was their actual mortal enemy, who is trying to... Are you kidding me right now? Ugh. Ow, my kneecap. Yeah, so everybody accepts the abominable snowman in 2 seconds, which is wonderful. But he was literally out to kill them up until about 3 seconds ago. Why couldn't they just accept Rudolph and Hermie? You're telling me you'd rather be friends with a murderer than a dentist? I don't think so.
Latest weather report, sir.
Well, this is it. The storm won't subside by tonight. We'll have to cancel Christmas.
And then Santa is like, oh no, the snow. I can't fly through that even though I live at the North Pole and this is really my own fault that I live in such a cold climate. So we have to cancel Christmas now. And then he asks Rudolph to help him because guess what? That nose has its advantages.
This weather, yeah. Rudolph, please. Could you tone it down a bit? That nose of yours. That nose.
Huh?
He's like a living, breathing version of those military-grade flashlights they try to sell you on infomercials, except he's probably more useful.
I knew that nose would be useful someday. I knew it all along.
Oh, shut up. You're the worst parent in the whole universe.
Peppermint! What I've been searching for all my life! I've struck it rich! I've got me a peppermint mine!
Wait, so peppermint is the most valuable substance in this universe? But Santa's got peppermint all over the place. You're telling me not only has he done all the shit that we've talked about before, but he's like hoarding wealth from everybody? Down with the bourgeois Santa-Z. And all the misfit toys get picked up because Santa realizes that he has to save face because Rudolph's like, yo, there's a bunch of sentient toys living on this island. You gonna do something about that, Santa? Are all the toys sentient? That just hit me. Is every toy they make sentient? Because that means that toy that Hermie was trying to fix her teeth, she might have actually had something wrong with her teeth, and that guy just yelled at him and wouldn't let him help her. That's horrible. Also, they all have to, like, skydive out of the sleigh because Santa can't be bothered to, like, stop and actually, like, deliver them and do his job. My God. And that's the end of the special. Was it weirder than you remember? I have to say, all jokes aside, this is probably my favorite out of all the Rankin and Bass. We talked about this in the Mad Monster Party video I did. I'm not a big fan of these claymation things. I'm kind of terrified of them. But this is definitely the least terrifying to me. It's definitely got some of the most catchy music. And I just think it's altogether one of the better put together Rankin and Bass. So yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about this. That's it for this video. I think I said it in another video, but I'm gonna keep doing Christmas content through the 31st just because there's a couple more special requests. I'm not gonna be able to get to everybody's, unfortunately, but there's a couple more special requests that, you know, really stuck out, and I'm gonna try to get those last couple done just to get as many as possible out there before the new year and, you know, before we go back to normal non-holiday content. So hopefully you're not too sick of it yet, but I hope you guys are having a great holiday. Thank you for letting me be part of it. I don't know what your holiday plans are. I hope, you know, whatever holiday you're celebrating, it's going well. But I hope this gets you into the holiday spirit. I hope you've got family and friends around you that you can spend the holiday with. If not, I volunteer to be an honorary family or friend. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. Ring the bell because my upload schedule is as chaotic as I am. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, that's right, all of you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye! Happy holidays, everybody.